Welcome to the Frugal Family. My name is Julie. Thank you for joining us here on this Thursday live stream or in the rebroadcast. So grateful to have you. This is a guaranteed glitchy, just based on our recent live streams and how incredibly glitchy they have been. When those glitches do happen, we ask that you come back with something happy and wonderful to share from your own life, as we are always in need of some positive energy and a little bit of uplifting to go around. Okay, so hi Rita, thanks for being here. So today our topic is, what are your dumpster diving limits? And as everyone kind of filters in, I do hope that you will all come and share what your dumpster diving or thrifting or yard sailing or whatever kind of saving and salvaging you do, what are your limits? So why am I talking about this? Well, number one, we didn't have any mail in the P.O. box this weekend. And so instead, we're having a conversation, which is great because I've been wanting to have a conversation about some of these dumpster diving related themes and some questions. I wanted to address some of the questions that you guys have brought up. So, and this kind of is a broad way of addressing like 100 different but similar questions that have been brought up in comments on our dumpster diving videos. So and I know I'll end up having to repeat a lot of this, but I really do want to just jump in and kind of suss this out. So I get asked, why don't you take this? Why don't you take that? Why do you take this? Why don't you take, those kinds of questions. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for being here. Everyone has limits. Hello, Dog Coke 3. Hi, Jessica. Everyone has limits. Hello, Phyllis, about what they're willing to do in any and every aspect of their life. Our mission is saving and salvaging, but also maintaining the quality of our family life, our sanity, and trying to have a mostly clutter-free home and happy, peaceful living space and yard. We have a very small house and pretty big family for these days. Hello, Renee. Hello, Elaine. And we like to keep room to move and to live and to breathe, and we have very limited space, so, and lots of passions and hobbies. Hello, Belinda, and hello, Joanne. Gwen, welcome, and things that we're interested in, and all of those things take up space. Hi, Linda. And when you dumpster dive on a regular basis, you bring in a massive volume of salvaged items that then have to be processed and either sold and also stored while they're waiting to be sold, or donated or shared or used or recycled. And all of that, hi Lisa, takes up time, energy, and space. And so when we are deciding now, what are we going to take? We have to be thinking of hi Bonnie, of all of those things. Hi Lisa, all of those things when deciding what we're going to take. If you've been with us for a long time, and if you haven't, welcome. We're glad to have you along. Hello, Anita. And if you have been with us a long time, hey, thanks for sticking with us. But if you've been with us, you'll know that we used to take everything. Absolutely everything. One, we didn't generally leave stuff for other divers. Yeah, we were too worried that no one else would come for it and it would get wasted. That was one. Number two, I was hyper obsessed with just saving anything and everything from the landfill. Hi, Brenda. Hello, Vivian. Hello, Nikki. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Brenda, I'm feeling wonderful. Thank you so much. We were just obsessed. I was obsessed with saving everything. And I had the idea that there was something that could be done with absolutely everything and anything. Hello, Pamela. Thank you so much. I am so much improved. Yep, just finishing up the last of my antibiotics and yep, feeling so much better. Easing back into life. So we took everything, every little scrap, every little broken this and broken that, and we did repair and upcycle and craft and use a lot of stuff. But like I was saying, if you're dumpster diving on a regular basis, hi, Wendy, thank you. You're bringing in so much stuff that no matter how hard you try to upcycle and repair and reuse everything, you're just not going to be able to, unless you've got like a massive team that's helping you do all that. I don't have that. I'm a mom and a wife. I have kids. They're in school. They have hobbies and passions and things they're involved in, and I'm, navigating and refereeing all of that. This is not, dumpster diving is not the only thing that goes on in my life, and so I have to try to balance all of those things, and it got on top of me. It absolutely got on top of me. It was taking up the house. The attic, you may recall, was completely full. We had stuff in the yard, all over the place. I mean, it was out of control. And it became a very serious hazard, a fire hazard, a health hazard, a serenity hazard. And so I made a massive paradigm shift. Some of you will remember. Sorry if I look really shaky today. I am shaky today. I think it's just my body. Yeah, I am getting back into regular life and kind of trying to balance out. And so please don't be concerned. Hello, Joanne. Please don't be concerned if you do notice that. I'm sure I'll have to mention it again. But yes, I am quite shaky today. It's just I'm working on getting all of my, electrolytes and salts and everything back where they need to be. So please don't worry. Please don't worry. I'm taking care of it. Yes, I have. Olivia's in here asking me if I've eaten. Yes, I absolutely have. So anyway, we changed our priorities and how we were going to go about our mission of saving the world. Hi, Pat, but in a much more realistic, balanced way with a more responsible, rational approach. So we had to set limits. And we had to put plans and systems in place and then stick to those plans and systems and be smarter about what we were bringing in. Where am I going to put it? Is it going to be sold, donated, shared, used? What's going to happen to it in the meantime? When am I going to get it to where we're going, where it's going? Who's going to want this? Not just who's going to take it because they feel obligated. Who actually wants and needs this? And how am I going to get it to them? These kinds of things, and focusing on consumables and things that could quickly be moved or that we're likely to use quickly, and even things that we're likely to use, being careful about how much of it we take, and then also acknowledging that a lot of other people in our area have jumped in to the dumpsters and taken on themselves the mantle and the mission. And so we absolutely can comfortably leave stuff for other divers and have a pretty strong confidence that someone else is going to come and get it. And then in the meanwhile, also hopefully inspiring other divers that maybe get there before us to leave some for us as well. Which, like I was saying, I was not comfortable with leaving anything before because I was afraid it was going to go to landfill. I was afraid it was going to get wasted. I was afraid no one else was going to come and get it, or that they wouldn't take the stuff that I would take. And anyway, all of those considerations. And I had to let go, okay, and let other people take some of the burden and acknowledge that I can only do as much as I can do. My family can only do as much as we can do, and that our home and our life can only take in so much. And that a bigger part of my mission needed to be to inspire other people to dumpster dive if they can and if they want to, but more importantly, to inspire other people to think, hi, Christina, to think, thank you, Rita, about their own consumption, their own waste, their own abilities as far as recycling and upcycling and repairing and reusing and sharing and donating, to inspire other people to be more cognizant, more aware of their own behaviors, and hopefully, ideally, change some of their behaviors so that less is going into the dumpster, so that less is being mass produced and then wasted. That has been definitely more of kind of a focus, an approach to this mission of saving and salvaging, is kind of more spreading the word rather than trying to accomplish it all by my onesie self. So while, oh, thank you, Karen, while still, of course, doing as much as I can myself. For instance, the lips that well, I mean, they're my lips, but the stuff on my lips, straight from the bins. The eyelashes, straight from the bins. The eyebrow stuff, straight from the bins. The hair clippies, from the bins. From the bins. Oh, and this, did I show you? Anyway, so absolutely still doing my part, but within reason, within my limits. So I want to know, hello, Christine, what are your limits if you are a dumpster diver, or you thrift, or you curbside pick, or you go to yard sales or whatever, but especially dumpster divers and curbsiders. What are your limits? What things do you say, you know what? Nope. I have my parameters, and these are what I stick to. Hello, Edna. Thank you for being here. These are what I stick to, and here are the questions I ask myself whenever I see something that I can salvage. Please tell me. Hello, Claudette. Oh, I love that name. Claudette. I would call you Claudie, but I don't know that I really like that. No, I think I would just have to call you Claudette. Julie N., I am so glad you brought that up. She says, I appreciate your message of today's live stream. However, you seem to have been veering away from finding consumables lately. So I guess your limits have increased again. Yes, they absolutely have. I appreciate you asking that. I appreciate you noticing. But most importantly, I appreciate you keeping me accountable. And I am so sorry that I have not mentioned this. But I do have more avenues for sharing, for donating, for selling. I have a system set up. Why have I not talked about this? I don't know. Oh, Claudie is your nickname. Well, okay then. I got everything set up. It took some serious effort. But we are going to do a dumpster dive, a yard sale this summer, which I wasn't planning to after all the deep clean, but I have it. We got the backyard, the side yard, all of it cleaned up and designated a space. This is where the yard sale stuff will go. It right away goes into heavy duty totes. There is a tarp that's over it. It's not pretty, but we're actually, and this is hopefully something I'll record, but building these trellis walls to go around it that we will then grow plants up so that you won't see the ugly part. And that is where the yard sale stuff is going. Completely organized, labeled, all of it on top of it. It's been, why have I not recorded any of this? Well, I can't go back and record it, but I will try to kind of do an overview video if I can remember to do it this week or soon, hopefully soon, and show you what I got set up. So I still can't take everything, okay? But I can absolutely bring more in than I used to, or than I have been. But it's right away, I have a 2-day limit where it has to be into the totes, or it has to be on its way to being donated if it's not something that's going to go in the yard sale. But I have it completely set up. And so, yes, we are bringing in things that are yard sale friendly. But I still have to ask myself, oh, hello, Michelle. Thank you so much, my love. I still have to ask myself all those same questions, and I have to commit to, is it something that would be likely to sell in the yard sale? And is it worth taking up this very small designated space for the yard sale? And if it's been more than 2 days, why haven't I done anything with it? Oh, no, Julianne, don't you dare apologize. Do not apologize. I count on you, because you have for so long been so good at keeping me to my word and at reminding me, always in a tactful, but firm and loving way, hey, Julie, you said this, this, and this. What's going on? And I appreciate you for that. So please don't apologize. No, I am grateful for you. And that reminds me that I haven't shown you guys any of that. So you're good. We're good. But anyway, if it hasn't been taken care of in the 2-day time frame, okay, then what's happening there? What's going on with that? And then quickly taking care of it, but I've stayed on top of it to this point, which I'm pretty proud of, especially after having been so sick. but still we are mostly focusing on consumables. The problem we run into is, and this is going to bring up some of our limits, some other areas of this limit discussion. What about when there aren't as many consumables and you're a YouTuber and you make money off of videos, but stuff is either you're getting locked out or it's getting destroyed. And so then you don't have enough content for the videos that you absolutely have to make, because this is very literally my job and the way that I pay for I paid for Christmas. I've paid for birthdays. I pay for household appliances, and I'm saving up the money to pay for our fence and to buy a car in July, and I bought our table, and and I just bought new mattresses for two of my kids, and so these are very literally, this is my job, and it is how I supplement the household income, but also how I pay for the extras. And so it does come down to a very tricky question, which actually I think is a whole nother video, and that I hope I'll get a lot of fellow YouTube dumpster divers. Hi, Barcode Boy. Hi, Karen. Hopefully I'll get a lot of other YouTube dumpster divers that'll be able to chime in on that topic just as its own separate video. But when this is your job, you do need to have content. And when what you'd really like to focus on is just consumables, but that doesn't provide enough, you do have to venture out. And as a dumpster diver, you do always have to be looking for other bins as you get locked out of some, or other people do take over those bins. And so, yes, we are having to look in other locations. Luckily, like I said, we are doing the yard sale. So those non-consumables do have a place to go, whilst, helping us to get the video content that we do need, for this. So it's a lot of tricky things with that extra component of, we make money off the videos. Straight up, we make money. I'm tired of having that thing. It looks like it's popping out of my head. So let's see if we can adjust a little, because that's bugging me. Sorry. So it is more complicated. It is. But there are some things where with my limits, they're set in stone, and it doesn't matter. They're not worth it even for a video. What are those things? Okay, so I had several people. Now, what I want to say, I need to put a disclaimer, a big loud disclaimer. I'm loud anyway, but I really I'll even speak slowly, because I know I talk a million miles a minute, but I want to really highlight this disclaimer. If you take things that I don't, or that I won't, if you are willing to take chances on items that I don't, that I won't, I am not your judge. If it works for you, great. If it's a risk you're willing to take, great. I support you and I wish you the very best. But I also kindly ask that you provide me with that same consideration. Okay, I've gotten some really nasty comments that, of course, I usually delete, about not taking certain things, and how I am the biggest hypocrite. I am the biggest hypocrite because I don't take meat, or things that should be kept frozen or refrigerated, dairy products, eggs, things like that. I have gotten serious flack for that. Oh, Renee, my darling, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. Serious flack, because so-and-so takes it, and so-and-so does this, and so-and-so takes it and has never had a problem. I'm so glad that so-and-so has never had a problem with items X, Y, or Z. I'm so glad and grateful that so-and-so is comfortable taking that risk. That's less stuff going to the landfill. That's less stuff going to waste. I'm so glad that so-and-so has the ability, the means, the wherewithal to process, to store, or to donate X, Y, and Z, and that they have somebody who will take that. As I've mentioned recently, I couldn't even give coffee away. I had no one. I live in Mormonville. No offense to Mormons, but people don't drink as much coffee here. It's a religious thing. It's beyond my control. And my family that does drink coffee are very particular about their coffee. They're coffee snobs. I am not. And we drink a lot of coffee, gratefully, luckily. So I've just had to store it away for myself. I couldn't get anyone to take it. Okay? Eggs, fresh meat, fresh dairy products. Nobody that I know is going to take that. If you know me and you're local and you would take those if I got them, please tell me and I will get them for you. Please get a hold of me outside of here and tell me, and I will get them for you. If you can take them right away. I have no freezer space. I have nowhere to put them. Okay? So please. Oh, thank you, Crab Catcher. Thank you. Please understand there are things I have no one to give them to. I couldn't use them myself. My husband would throw us out, me and the meat. He wouldn't. And do not say anything nasty about him or I will block you. I promise you that. He is slowly but surely coming around to a lot of the stuff. And do I like that it's taken him so long? No, I absolutely don't. Do I agree with him that everything in the dumpster, none of it should be eaten? No, I don't. And slowly but surely, he drinks the coffee. Okay, slowly but surely, he has been coming around to that. But there are some things that will never fly in this house. And my marriage, my 15-year marriage, is 9 billion times more important than some random fair weather YouTube watcher's opinion about me not taking fresh meat from the dumpster. I think most rational people understand that. Okay? It is not a battle that I'm going to fight. I have no desire to fight that battle. None. And myself, especially compromised and having so many health problems, I'm not taking that risk myself either. I won't do it. These are my limits. These are my limits for my family. And based on the feedback that I've gotten from the people that I donate to and that I share with. Now, if they all of a sudden say, Julie, we would love an influx of salvaged eggs, then I am keeping my eye out for eggs and I will take them. Because I know, I will know that I'll have someone that will take them, someone that will use them. Otherwise, no. Because I'm not going to take stuff just to get it out of the dumpsters, just to make a video or just to make 1 or 2 viewers happy or just so that it doesn't, hi Rose, or just so that it doesn't go straight to the landfill. I'm not going to do that because then no matter what it is, it's going to pile up here in my house. I then have to find somewhere for it to go, something to do with it. These are my limits. And this is coming off a little bit, kind of, kind of like this. And I don't mean for that. I just need to put this out there firmly that these are my limits. And this is why I have my limits. And those limits, those particular ones, they're not changing. They're not. When it comes to my own family, those are not things I'm going to change. Nope. It's not going to happen. But as I stated, if someone else says, I would take that if you got it and I would take it right away, then absolutely I will grab that stuff for those people. I'll put a cooler in the back of the van and have ice and everything in there and load it up so that right away it can go to that person. Those are my conditions. Okay? All right. Then other limits. So, and this is an interesting one. It's funny though. It's funny because, and this is yet another topic for another conversation day. In our comments, we get the most insane ends of the spectrum as far as opinions. We have people Why didn't you take that? You're such a phony because you won't take fresh meat. And then we have other people, how dare you feed your family food from the dumpster? What's wrong with you? Yeah, we get both of those. And then we have all those fabulous, beautiful people in the middle who are like, we're just happy to watch. We're glad that you're doing something, you know? Hi, Eric and Connie. Thank you for being here. Hi, Alyssa. So glad you could make it. So we get both ends of the spectrum, and it's hilarious, except that it's also kind of frustrating because I do still take comments incredibly personally. I try not to, but I am a real life person. If you cut me, I do still bleed. So it's funny to me though, and there's a lot of comments like that I just won't even answer anymore. I won't even give energy to, because I'm like, I will never, and know this if you go into YouTube, you will never make everybody happy. Never. Never. Which is why it is imperative that you set your own boundaries. Thank you, Will 2020 or Will 2022. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're never going to make all them happy. So keep your own boundaries. Hi, Diane, your own limits. Keep those in place and let those be your guiding light, because you cannot base your channel around when people comment or what they comment. You can't. You will never make them all happy. Take constructive criticism and do something positive with that. Thank you, Claudette. But as far as stuff that you can't do anything about, hello, Petite Fireball. Thank you, my love. Just don't worry about it, because, and I'm telling me that as much as I'm telling you, because that's a waste of energy, and you could be using that energy to take care of all the stuff that you just got out of the dumpsters. Okay, so maybe you have seen the videos from this weekend's Sunday dumpster diving. And thank you, Amy, who's your diver. And you'll be aware of the absolute travesty at the CVS dumpster, where they took the time to dump out almost everything. A good 5 bags worth of stuff. They opened up and dumped it out. Then they opened up the individual packs and they dumped them out too. That was awful. That was rough, guys. And it was rough the whole rest of the day. I had a very hard time with that. I even had a whole rant sequence where I was incredibly salty and fiery, and I decided not to include that in the edited video because I did not find it helpful. But it was something I absolutely needed to get out and off my chest, and so I'm glad I did that. But I chose not to include it. But it was very upsetting. And I did take it personally. Absolutely took it personally, which is very possible that was the intent, was for me to take it personally. So, yeah, Jessica, it was awful. It was awful. I've had a lot of people telling me that not to blame the employees, but that's a whole nother video for another day. And I have my own thoughts on that. I absolutely have my own thoughts on that. Having been a retail employee for years and years and years and years, I do have my own thoughts on it. But we'll address that another time. I need to really think that out. But back to limits. So I had several people comment or message that I should have gone ahead and taken all of it. Okay. There was part of me that was actually tempted to take some of the stuff that was still bagged and make like pie crusts out of it, or crumble toppings for ice creams, or crumble toppings for crumble cakes or something, because there was definitely still stuff that could be done with that. And part of me absolutely thought about that. But then I had some other considerations that I asked myself, which, like I was just saying earlier, I have to consider. Yeah, exactly, Amy. Yeah, Bonnie. Hi, Jessica. All of these other considerations and questions that I have to ask myself before I take something. Okay, you say you're going to do this or this or this. Are you actually going to do that with that? Is that going to happen? When is that going to happen? How often do you make crumble cakes? How often do you make crumble pie crusts? No, I don't. Okay. Are you actually comfortable? Because you don't know if those employees washed their hands after they went to the bathroom and then opened up and dumped all that out and gathered it and did who knows what and played tic-tac-toe with those Chips Ahoy. You don't know. You don't know what they've, and yes, Bonnie, we can only eat so much, okay? Marley, yeah, it is a struggle. Oh my God, it's a struggle. So I had a lot of people saying I should have taken it anyway and done X, Y, or Z with it. I couldn't, because I asked myself those questions and my answer was no. And then also, of course, knowing that I would get a poopy storm of flack from people saying, oh my Lord in heaven, what are you doing? You're going to give your family the plague. They're going to get malaria. Okay, not malaria, but how dare you? You're going to kill your family. Because you're taking the cookies that were in the bag that were all dumped out. I knew the comment section would be full. The commenters, they would be prolific in their denunciation of my actions. I know, I'm vocabulating today. So thank you, Angel. I wish I could not worry about it, and I try not to, and I've definitely made progress. But I do. I still wonder what people are going to think and what they're going to say and what I'm going to have to deal with. So that brings us back to limits. I have a limit there. And mostly my limits aren't necessarily specific, except when it comes to meat and dairy and things that, need to be refrigerated or frozen. Generally, they're more based on the questions, the criteria that I was talking about earlier, that I ask myself: where's it going to go? Who's going to use it? Am I going to sell it, share it, donate it, use it, repair it, upcycle it, recycle it? And when is that going to happen? And where's it going to go until then? And who's going to come and get it? Who would actually want it? Who will take it? First, really, other than certain specific limits, it's those questions that I ask myself when I'm going to take something. You'll notice, if you watched recent videos, there was all of that fabulous foam board in the Michaels dumpster from their custom framing shop. And if you've been with us again for a long time, A, thank you so much. We sure appreciate you. And B, you'll know that we used to take all of it. Anytime there was the mat board, the tag board, the foam board, we took all of it. And any and every broken frame, we took all of it. And when we were in the attic and cleaning it out, some of you may recall, there was a lot of it. And most of it, unfortunately, went in the garbage because it needed to go and I had nowhere else to put it. And I couldn't justify to myself, to my husband, to my family, keeping it there in the attic as a fire hazard. It wasn't worth it. Did we use a lot of foam board? We used so much foam board. We used, and Jilly Girl, that is your choice. That is your limit. And that is what works for you and your family. And I see nothing wrong with that. You do what you are comfortable with. Doing anything out there. I'm so proud. But, oh my God, Bonnie, what would Julie do? Oh, that all sounds like sacrilege. Luckily I'm agnostic and so I'm okay. But Bonnie, oh, and there's Petite Fiber. I even kept bells out today. There is Ellie, Petite Fireball, with a very generous $5 super chat saying, I'm so proud of you for knowing your limits. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. But we used so much of I do have haters, Rose Gray, and word to the wise, I am going to soon, as we're coming up on our anniversary on YouTube, do a video about what you need to know before you start on YouTube. And that's one of them. In fact, it's almost a beautiful day when you realize you have trolls. You know you've made it somewhere when you've got trolls. Oh, but we did. We used so much of that foam board. I built all kinds of dollhouse furniture and American Girl appliances and furniture pieces that Mariah still uses regularly. We used a lot of foam board, mat board, tag board, tons of it. But there was so much. Oh, Jilly Girl, absolutely not. Absolutely not, Jilly Girl. Don't you worry about that. I know a hate comment when I see a hate comment, and I don't think I've ever seen you qualify for that. So don't worry. No, you're fine. So anyway, the foam board had to go. So this weekend, and when I have recently been finding foam board or tag board, it's very hard to not take all of it. But I ask myself those questions and I remind myself, okay, how much are you actually going to use? Where are you going to put it? Is it worth it? Okay, I have to ask myself those questions. Now, another thing that I do want to do, I do want to kind of ask around and see if anyone else wants some foam board. Because I would be more than happy to grab it and bring it home if I knew that right away, within that 2-day time limit, someone's going to come and take it. Or that they're okay with me dropping it off on their porch on my way home, so that it is getting used, but it's not staying here. No more than I need. Barcode Boy, I see you. I hear you. You are acknowledged. There's a great reason for me not having any barcodes on my face. But that's your life and you live it. Live it. So I have to know where it's going to go, who's going to take it, who's going to use it, what's going to happen to it. Not just that I'm getting it out of the dumpster, I'm making a YouTube video, I've got content. But then what? I did, now, Julianne, you were bringing this up about doing videos of the, showing what we do with it and our cupboards and our this and our that. And I am going to do more of that, especially as we get deep into our winter cleaning. But I also have to focus as a business person on which videos that take time to make. They absolutely take time to make and to edit and all of that. Which ones, and I hate that it's this way, but like I was saying, I do have limited time. I am a mom, and that's absolutely number one. I'm a wife, I'm a homemaker, et cetera, okay, a member of a family. I have to focus on, thank you, Pat, I adore you. I have to focus on which, as far as videos, which things are most financially worth the time that they take to make them. I hate that it's that way, but it is. It is. And so when it comes to justifying the time that I have to spend in the office making that video, I have to be able to explain to the family, this is why I'm not with you, is because mama's working and because this is what pays for DDDDD. I wish it wasn't that way. And if we got more interest in those kinds of videos, it would absolutely be more worth my time. And I'm fine with doing like unedited versions of those videos, because that's definitely easier and I can just upload the raw content. But then of course I get flack for that, because of course I do. Hi, Laura. Thank you for being here. But anyway, so it is a cost consideration as far as time and is it, the time away from house and family and all of that. Hi, Crystal. Even for a few minutes, my darling, I'm grateful to have you here. But there is that time cost ratio, that time benefit ratio that I do have to consider when making videos. I do, at least for this channel. For this channel, I really do have to do that. Hi, Susan. Welcome. So it is tricky, but I am happy to make those videos when there is significant enough interest in them. And maybe if I were doing those on a more regular basis, we would build interest in them. That is absolutely possible. That we would build interest in cleaning videos and in organizing videos, because I know there are viewers out there who they might not even at all be interested in the dumpster diving, but they're interested in cleaning videos. Myself, I watch lots of like obsessive cleaners shows and the H word buried alive shows, and you know the end results, and the deep cleaning a car, bringing it back to new. I watch those myself. They're very pleasing for me, very satisfying, and also very motivating. So maybe Julie N and everybody, this is all based on her comment, so that's maybe we could build that audience, and maybe I have to just see that as, and explain it to the family as, it's an investment of time without immediate reward based on the audience we've already built, but rather this is us in building mode, building another audience to add into the Frugal family. Maybe. Thank you, Claudette. I appreciate that. Hello, Frugal Livin'. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, I don't know. Ooh, I saw this video popped up. It was too soon to when I was doing this, so I didn't get to watch it, but I will. Did you guys know I'm going to be visiting Ellie this year? Yeah. Right? We're still planning on this year, right, Petite? But that is our plan, as long as nothing goes sideways. I don't know. Okay, so Christina says she liked the upcycles and when you make craft videos. Okay. All right, that is helpful. That is helpful, Christina. I appreciate that. Hi, Amy. Okay. So based on some of these comments, all right, we will record some of, we'll give it we'll put our feet out there in the water. Thank you, Frugal Livin'. And we'll record some of this because we're going to be doing this stuff anyway. So might as well set up a camera or put on the GoPro, and we'll give it a try. How about that? We will give it a try, and thank you, Will 2022. We'll give it a try, guys. We will see. We'll invest some time and some energy into the upcycling, the crafting videos, the sorting, the organizing. Thank you, Laura. Straight out of the dumpsters. Yeah, from the Tuesday morning dumpster, that one time that it was open. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. So stay tuned. I don't know that there'll be like a regularly scheduled thing, like our, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday dumpster diving, and then Thursday live stream. Those are regularly scheduled, and I try to stick to those as much as possible. But maybe it'll be like every 2 weeks, or I don't know. Diane, I'm so glad to hear that. She says, Julie, you have influenced me to upcycle. I have saved so many nice things that way. I am so glad. I am so glad to hear that. So Alyssa, that's terrible. She was told she could be evicted for dumpster diving in like her apartment complex. That's ridiculous. That's nosy neighbors who are stuck at home with way too much time on their hands. And I'm sorry that you are going through that. That is, yeah. And Christina's upcycling more too. That's wonderful. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear this, guys, because I do have several projects in mind that involve, obviously, the deep cleaning, the organizing, the decluttering, and crafting and upcycling. Today is the last day that we're having the Christmas tree up. I know I said I would keep it up all through January, but I changed my mind. We're taking the actual Christmas down tomorrow and then putting up that 7.5-foot pre-lit brand new Christmas tree that I hulked out of the hulked out. Thank you, Rita, that I hulked out of the Michael's bin. We're going to put that up tomorrow and start the Valentine's decorating so that we get a while of enjoying the Valentines, you know. And there are several crafting projects that the kids and I are doing with dumpster salvage supplies. And we'll go ahead and record them. We're going to use those to decorate the tree since I don't have as many of the Valentine's decorations anymore because, you know, we downsized so much on those kinds of things. What's my sign? I'm an Aries. Forever Scorpio. I am an Aries. I will be 40 years old in March. No, I do not give out the day, but it's at the end of March. Yeah, I'm an Aries. Fire. Yeah. So that should not be a shock. I don't think to anyone who has watched me for more than 5 minutes. Anyhow, so yeah, Laura, we are keeping a tree up all year, and we're going to decorate it for all the different seasons and holidays and for my 40th birthday and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, we had several crafting projects planned and lined up, and I will go ahead and record those. Some of them I'll probably put on the vlog channel, but maybe I'll throw a few on here also. We'll see. Definitely when we test out the new tree. Yeah, stay tuned. That's coming soon. And then, sorry, I was eating nuts. Yes, which I'm totally allergic to. I took my medicine. Anyway, feels like one's in my tooth. So okay. Let me think on it and what things we've got coming up, and I will record some of those projects, and we'll just, like I said, I'll explain to the family we're in building mode, and this is an investment of time that will potentially grow a new audience to add to the Frugal family. Why not? Why not? Okay. You guys you've convinced me. You've completely convinced me. I'm going to give it a try. We're going to see how it goes. What else? Okay. So, real quick, I want to show you what Olivia wants me to show you. And this actually is dumpster diving related. Wait, is this one from the bins or no?
That's from Grandma.
Dang it. Okay, fine. Hi, Jenny. You're here. I've missed you, my Jenny. Guys, don't be offended if you don't all get the same exact reaction when I see your name pop up. I am thrilled to have all of you, okay? But Jenny's been with us a long freaking time and has been a huge financial supporter for a long time. So please, and a good friend, and so please don't be offended, okay? Okay. I know some people are going to be anyway. But anyway, so this notebook in particular is actually from my mother-in-law, her grandma. But lots of our notebooks, for instance, this one, do come from the bins. Just putting that out there. But anyway, Olivia wanted me to show you guys, and I'm so excited. Marley and T wants another introduction. Marley, you're here, Marley. Oh. Okay. Don't ever say I'm not dramatic. Because I am. But anyway, Olivia, many of you know, is set on moving to Japan when she grows up. And so this is something she has been practicing. Look how gorgeous and tedious her Japanese characters that she is memorizing.
You have to go.
Look at that. You go backwards, right?
You go right to left.
Yeah, right to left and
up to down.
Oh, up to
no.
What? Up and then down?
No. You start from the top.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying, but I wasn't anyway. Yeah, look at that. Look how busy she's been.
I also
there. Maybe you can see them better. Look at that. And she taught me one too. Yeah, I was pretty proud of it.
Yeah, the characters that are on this page, they're
talk loud.
So the characters on this page is A, I, U, E, O.
And there's more.
And then these are the ones that my mom did.
Oh yeah, these are the ones I did. Look. Okay, don't look too close because they're pretty bad. But that was my effort. What letter was this? That's ah.
Yeah, the letters short because that's just how they say it.
Yeah.
Instead of like you say ah.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're being cut short.
Okay. Hold on. What else is it that you want to show them? Because I do need to finish what I have to say here. Oh, okay. Lulu wants to show you 2 more things. Hold on. I need to do a whole video dedicated to her Japanese crafting and anime efforts and art because she has been doing some ridiculously fabulous stuff. This is totally a spoiler, but she built a shadow box with one of the frames that we recently got out of the dumpster, and it's gorgeous. And she's like making little characters using foam board from the bins, incidentally, and fairy lights from the dumpsters. This is totally giving it away, but it's also inspiring me to actually make the video that I keep saying I'm going to do with all of her art and her stuff. Anyway, okay.
Okay, and then I wrote a letter to my future pen pal.
Because she's going to get set up with some Japanese pen pals.
And then these ones are a, I, U, E, O, no, and chi. So.
Pretty cool. Hey, if any of you guys happen to be familiar with Japanese culture, happen to speak Japanese in any of its forms or write it in any of its forms, whatever, we would love to know. We would absolutely love to know. Okay, I am going to do that video, dang it, of all of Olivia's upcycling, crafting, and her Japanese stuff, and her anime stuff. It will be on our vlog channel, Frugal Family Flies Again. Please stay tuned. Okay, but I want to wrap up what we were talking about today, and that was limits. Okay, hold on. I try, Rachel Q Stitches, I try. I don't understand everything. Oh, thank you, Diane. Diane can't wait to see all your stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm not into everything that my kids are into. I don't get the pull of some of the things they're into, but it is my job to love and support. Yeah. Yep. So, what was I going to say? Oh, okay. But that also does actually, oh, and Melissa will be looking forward to that. I'm so glad. So we will do it because you just look how happy, look at her happy face. Oh, sorry. We finally got a glitch. It took forever. And then it was a really long glitch, but we got one. I was almost not living up to my guarantee of this being a guaranteed glitchy. I would lose all credibility, but we did. We got our glitch. And so coming back with something so happy and something good, and that is that you guys lit up my daughter's face with happiness.
I'm happy because you guys want to see all my anime stuff.
She's happy because you guys want to see her anime and Japan upcycling, crafting. Yeah. Yes. I also am ordering her some air dry clay.
I'm going to make Captain Levi.
She's going to make Captain Levi. Some of you might know who that is.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. So stay tuned. We'll be doing that too. She's going to learn how to do all that stuff. But anyways, but that does segue back into today's topic, which yes, goodbye, Christina. Thank you for being here. So yeah, maybe Amy, possible. But anyway, as far as limits, that is one of those questions that I ask myself. Is this something that my kids can use or that they will use? Is it something they've been looking for anyway, or they've been asking me to get? Obviously, that's something I'm going to take, but again, within those parameters. Yes, she is using foam board. Yes, she is using some frames, some foam board, but that doesn't mean I need to take and keep and store all of it, right? We have to have limits. We have to. Yes, I encourage her love of Japan and anime and all those things, but when we're done with this live stream, we're going right back to homework, schoolwork, because she does her schooling at home. Because we can't, and she's all, we can't do the arts and the crafts all day, every day. We still have to do our mathematics, our science, English, all those other things, those geography, those things have to, clarinet, those things also have to happen. Just like I also have to clean my house. We have to make beds and we have to do laundry. Driveways have to be cleaned up and snow has to be shoveled. All of these other things still have to happen. Not just and only dumpster diving, saving, and salvaging, but these other parts of our lives that take up our time, I know, Diane, I know, but they do. Well, but at the same, okay, let's be honest though. At the same time, there are new people, Diane, there are new people. We've been so fortunate that we've got new viewers coming in. We're closing in on 18,000 subscribers, even with 2 huge hacking events in our channel history. So we're still moving forward and bringing in new Frugal Family friends. And so yeah, there's going to be some of that from folks who haven't been with us a long time that are going to ask those questions. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? That haven't seen, me talking about my limits and why I have to have, we posted my first haul and mentioned you and your channel. Frugal Livin' has posted her first video. Okay, we're wrapping up in 4 minutes. So in 4 minutes, I truly hope that you guys will hop over to Frugal Livin' and show her some love and support here from the Frugal family. I'm so proud of you, Frugal Livin'. Way to take that first step. Hello, Colin Edom. We're so grateful to have you. Welcome. Welcome to the Frugal family. Oh, and there's Intuitively One. I'm so glad you're here. You caught us just in time. You are welcome, Frugal Livin', and I wish you the very best. Keep your chin high, your head high, keep your shoulders back and strong, and prepare yourself. Okay? But we get new people who have questions, who aren't sure, what's this, what's that. And so we will have to repeat ourselves and stuff like that. But then there's also just trolls that are never going to be happy no matter what we do, and that will have ridiculous expectations, inhuman expectations, or people that just don't know that those of us on YouTube are, Jessica, have a wonderful day, that those of us on YouTube are just regular people with some kind of camera and some kind of internet connection. Some of us with a really fluky, unreliable one. We're just regular people. We're dads, moms, wives, husbands, grandmas, grandpas, brothers and sisters and kids. And a lot of us have other jobs and we have other responsibilities and obligations and things in our lives, and not just this. We tend to forget about that. When it comes to just people on YouTube. Yeah, why? I don't know. Bye, Crystal. Have a beautiful day. But we do. I'm guilty of this myself with some of the content creators that I watch, where I do develop expectations that are absolutely unreasonable. Absolutely unreasonable. And I very easily forget they have whole other lives outside of the videos that I watch of them. And it's easy to forget that, to overlook that, to disregard the humanity behind the personality on your screen. So I can understand that. But at the same time, thank you, Rita, straight out of the bins. At the same time, I have to maintain my boundaries and my limits, regardless of the reasoning behind other people's expectations or comments. So, yes, I do have 3 channels that I maintain. Yeah. My family vlog channel, Frugal Family Flies Again, and my grown-up channel, Frugal Mama's Time Out, where I document my keto journey. Yeah. I do every now and then other things on there, but mostly right now it's my keto low carb journey. Yeah. And on the vlog channel, it's the channel that we started after the first time that we got hacked on this channel and lost this channel for a few weeks. We started that other channel, but now that is dedicated mostly to traveling, the kids' lives, projects, interests. And well, that's all where I'll be posting Olivia's art and upcycling and things like, and we do some of our other, dumpster diving, upcycling. Hi, Tommy. Thanks for being here. And crafting and stuff on that channel. And then other just kind of random things that happen to pop up. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Harmony. That is, of course, from the garbage. So is the basket up there. So are those sparkly trees. So is the little snowman. Yeah. And then behind me, the frame shadow box is from the bins. Most of the stuff in it is also from the bins, but the diamond dots was a gift from a viewer, but I did the diamonds, I did the dotting, and the, what do you call it? The keychain in there is also from a viewer. And then the 2 Thomas Kincaid Disney paintings, canvases, are also from a viewer. Yeah. So anyway, limits, guys. Let's sum this up. Rachel, I do hope you'll watch the rebroadcast, but mostly what we've talked about, hi Harmony, is limits and how we have to have limits. So me explaining what my limits are and why they are my limits. But also just talking about the importance of limits when it comes to dumpster diving or thrifting or curbside or whatever the case is, whatever it is that you do. But limits, you have to have limits, because otherwise it will take over your life. And that's, guys, that applies to any interest, any hobby. Hi, Kim, you made it just in time. But to anything that you put your time and energy toward, you've got to have limits and you've got to find balance. You have to have your systems and your rules in place, and then you have to stick to those and follow through. And so this was me kind of doing a blanket answer, but fairly detailed, that covers a whole bunch of questions that we have gotten in comments about why don't you take this? Why do you take that kind of thing? Okay. That's mostly what I was trying to address. And next week, whether or not there is PO box mail, we're going to be continuing kind of these kinds of question answering conversations, because I don't have time to answer every comment, and especially in detail, and especially when there are multiples of basically the same question. I want to address them thoroughly and comprehensively in some of these videos, but also have a conversation about it and get, your input as well. And how you would answer that question, or how you would address that issue, or if you would just totally, completely ignore those questions. So anyway, I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time today, whether right now on the live stream or on the rebroadcast. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm grateful for you. I wish you a wonderful day, a fabulous rest of your week and weekend. And if I don't see you before then on this channel, definitely check out Frugal Mama's Timeout and Frugal Family Flies Again, because there will be stuff there. But if not before then on here, I will see you this Sunday in the dumpsters. I appreciate you. And I wish you good things and happy things. And I'll see you real soon.